What's up, Blockheads, and welcome to today's video. We are going to be working on a Harley-Davidson Road Glide, and it is a suspension video. Working in the shop, obviously, we got Chris at Sick Wide Glide. You guys be sure to go give him a follow. So today we are installing a new performance suspension on this bike, and we're going to do a comparison before versus after. So this episode is brought to you guys by Wilbers performance suspension, made in Germany. This is supposed to be the bee's knees from what we've heard. Apparently rivaling, if not better than, a other leading performance suspension company. We're gonna unbox this, see what all comes in it. We'll basically go through the installation process of the Wilbers performance suspension. We'll get thoughts, opinions on stock suspension, and then we will do another ride to see if it is, oh my God, incredible better. So like I was saying, this episode is brought to you guys by Wilbers Performance Suspension. One of the advocates for Wilbers got in touch and basically facilitated sending over suspension because he believes in the suspension so much that he thought we should try it out and show an install. Wanted to get the word out there. There you go. Apparently, like, very, very good suspension. If you guys want more information on Wilbers, check out the link down in the description below. We're gonna go ahead and unbox this thing. All right, there we go, guys. Oil, spanner, spring. Oh, by the way, Chris, master level tech, 24 plus years experience. He hates it when I say it, but just so you guys know. The difference between these two, one that's gas and one that's just like a normal traditional shock.
From what I understand, this is a self-leveling system. So with or without rider weight, your ride height stays the same, from what I understand.
Some interesting technology. Something that is worth mentioning, they actually, whenever they sell you the suspension, they set it up for the rider weight. So this is for one of the guys up front installing this onto his bike, and so that's his specs, I guess. We're gonna install the suspension on this Road Glide, and then whenever we do the ride to do the comparison, we're gonna take a stock one out. So that way we will have one with stock suspension and the other with Wilbers side by side. Beforehand, we're gonna see the compression, and then we'll have him sit on the bike again after we install everything and see the compression of the spring rate afterwards. Stock, pretty much right at 12 inch. With a rider and passenger on it, we have about 1 inch of squat. Yep, there you go. To the installation part, so we're going to lift the bike up a little bit to relieve the shock tension on bolts. Bolt. Same on the other side.
This isn't like...
Well, stocky boy, still a comparison. So this one will be replacing this one. So if we line them up, a little taller over here. Now they're taller by about an inch. Chris, what's that last one word say there in German?
This means ride.
Look how long that word is. So we're putting the new suspension on. Now the new suspension is taller than the previous suspension by about an inch. So Chris did go ahead and lift up the jack here a little bit so that the bolt holes line up on each end. He put a little drip of some red thread locker on each of the bolts, and then we will basically tighten down and torque to spec. And here we are on the other side of the bike. Chris is putting some red Loctite on the hardware. Reuse the OEM hardware to remount the new suspension. And this is the fancy side. So we are onto the front suspension now. So we're just removing the whole fork, right?
We're gonna take this whole front end off if I can get this off. This is the most challenging part of the part.
The covers? The most challenging part. It's the little axle covers.
Because they're stripped, always.
Really?
Whoever puts them in, strip them.
Loosen the pinch bolt, then that.
No problem. Could have done that.
Wow! You shall not pass!
Wait for me to get mine.
All right, the fun part. Taking the bolts out of the top of the forks.
Fork caps.
Fork caps.
Fork cap.
No cap.
Screw. Okay, that's it. But see, feel how sharp that is with your ungloved hand.
Yeah.
Imagine that coming up and getting the knuckle. Just take it right off. Touch this for me. Be curious of what goes in there. Since we're not using this. Oh, see? Did I get you?
A little bit. So we're replacing the fluid, so we'll go ahead and dump that out in the little oil container.
Looks wonderful, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. Bro, it stinks so bad.
You gotta try to explain that smell.
It's like sour or something. I don't even know.
Come on, man, that is rotten.
Yeah, it's gross.
Why is he putting that in with the progressive spring up top? Because that's what they want. It basically goes in backwards from what we're used to. This handwritten note says.
Progressive end this end up. Then you pour some out for your homies.
Did we figure out how many inches that is?
4.33.
I'm doing what the picture shows. See, they want me to cover it, and then they want me to getting up close and personal.
All right, so we're just reassembling the fork at this point. Fork, yeah. One fork tube assembled. Next one up. So we got both fork tubes filled up. We got about that much extra fork oil.
Go us. Put them two over there.
That's all you got on your own line.
Yeah.
Let's call him out.
So you're just working through it? Okay. You don't know at this moment, so if you wanted... You ever seen a screaming beagle?
I have.
You have?
I have.
I wasn't expecting an answer. Where'd you see a screaming beagle?
The dyno room at MMI. Screaming. Ah, screaming. Can you go down a little bit?
It's fine.
Day 2.
Welcome to day 2, continuing with the Wilbers suspension stuff. We finished up yesterday. Everything is buttoned up.
Awkwardly pointing with the ruler.
You be quiet. With Wilbers, whenever we ordered the suspension, as you guys saw earlier, they do make it and dial it in for a certain weight.
When you order it, they ask you your weight with your riding gear, your passenger, the approximate weight of your passenger with their riding gear, and
Cool.
they get it set up for you.
So it's specifically dialed in for you. So since it is specifically dialed in per person, this is not Chris's bike, this is Eli's bike. Chris and Eli weigh about the same, and then they wanted a comparison with a passenger as well. So in order to have a passenger with the install, Chris has decided that it is bring your kid to work day.
My daughter to work day.
We're putting his daughter on the back seat during the ride portion.
Gonna go ride with us.
You wanna say hey?
Hi.
The Saudi. What's the next step? We're gonna measure, like whenever you get on the bike, how much it sags, and then it's supposed to self-level, which is supposed to be the magic thing about these.
So we're gonna see how much it drops with me, and then she's gonna sit on it. We'll see how much it drops with her, and then we will, someone here, if not you, will compress it, and we'll see how much it brings itself back up to self-center.
Hey, bud.
Okay, boss dog.
Hey, you guys wish him a congratulations. Just had a kid.
Yeah, baby.
Forehand, we're right about 13 inches, right? Yep. So that dropped it about an inch.
There you go.
Now we're at about 11 and a half, so it dropped about an inch and a half. Is that right?
There you go.
So it settled back in naturally, so we are now at right about 12. Went down an inch, 13 originally. When she sat, it was 11 and a half, went to
12.
12, yeah, so
We
it's
could
right
probably
at
gain
12.
another quarter inch out of it. All the way to the top.
Yeah, we're still right about 12. Maybe a little bit over.
Went up a little bit more.
A little bit over.
They're like stupid looking. I know. I know. I don't like it either, kiddo. But we're doing what we gotta do. Anthony's back.
I think I need a bacchiotomy.
Bacchiotomy.
12 and a quarter.
12 and a quarter,
Okay.
yeah.
So then there we are.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. That was so awkward.
This bike belongs to this guy, just as a heads up.
How are you guys?
We're gonna go take out a stock one, so we gotta pull a stock one from inventory. And then we're gonna be riding with this one, do a side-by-side. We are to the ride portion now. Chris, his daughter on the back. Now this bike is completely stock in terms of suspension. The one here is the one that we've worked on, has the Wilbers performance suspension. We are going to be finding a bumpy road, which Chris says he knows the perfect spot for, taking it over that road with the passenger, so it's an immediate side-by-side comparison.
Yep, no better way to do it. I don't know how your suspension's doing, but this suspension's picking up all these bumps.
So it feels pretty smooth. I'm pretty good back here.
Really, because this is choppy.
Not feeling that at all.
This is hellacious on this bike. I don't know about you, or you can hear that we're picking up every bump.
Yeah, it's a pretty terrible road.
So how was it on that bike?
Oh, smooth as butter, man. Honestly,
Really?
really nice. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna loop around in this neighborhood, and you're gonna hop on this and tell me how you feel.
So how was that road on stock suspension for you?
It was rough, very rough. We bottomed out damn near every bump. We were pretty much riding on bottom, like it was constant hard hit every little bump. So
Despite stock touring suspension, you're picking up all the road, the feeling of the road.
yeah, it is not cush. Let's put it that way. There's very little cushion to it. It's got a little bit of, you know, suspension, but it's lacking. Let's put it that way.
Now Chris and his daughter are getting on the Wilbers suspension bike. Well, that road is seriously really bad. All right, let's see what you think on this road now.
All right, you gotta let me know what you think. Oh man, completely night and day difference.
Right?
I will say 100% difference. Like, I'm pleasantly surprised difference. How about you?
Dude, it's so different. I'm going out of the way for the bumps. I mean, you can even just hear it in my voice, I'm sure, but yo, this is way...
Dude, this is smooth as silk, so we will definitely have to make this pass one more time. We'll flip over here and do it again.
Yeah.
And we'll get Annalisa's feedback, because really, she's the one that's not getting flung around. She's not even touching me anymore.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, I am really, really surprised. I'm kind of blown away by that, to be honest.
Really?
That's like,
That much, huh?
dude, it's, I mean, noticeable, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, huge. I don't usually say it like this, but yeah, that's a night and day difference.
Night and day.
100%.
I mean, we're talking Cadillac to like riding bump stops here.
Yes, 100%.
Yep.
So what's your feedback? Which one was smoother? How much? A lot.
A lot.
Like night and day? Yeah, 100%. So we're going to do it one more time. We're going to go back on this one, so you got to go one more bumpy ride. So I'm shocked. I'll be real.
Dude, me too. I did not think it was going to be that drastic of a difference, dude, to be honest. We're going to hit the road one more time just to really settle that first initial thoughts and impressions. I'm going back to the Wilbers. Chris is going back to stock, so we can really just kind of solidify that. So back on the Wilbers for me, back on stock for Chris and his daughter.
Dude, just that little turn, I can tell a difference. Like, this is insane.
All right.
Oh yeah, already. Right back to it. Thanks. Oh man. Oh, I don't know if you can hear this and see Annalise trying to like hover, but this is not friendly on either one of us.
Dude, I'm very impressed, honestly.
I don't know if you can pick this road up, but this road absolutely sucks. This is what the road we use when people say, yeah, every time I hit a bump, I hear this noise. So we come over here and run them up and down a little bit.
It's a good one to test it on. It's gonna shake whatever you got loose. That's for damn sure.
You're absolutely right.
Smooth as butter with this thing, man.
Dude, even this road that appears smooth, I'm feeling it. On the stock suspension with Annalise on the back,
Yep.
we're feeling everything. Hey, this is kind of smooth, but this won't be. Ready? Oh, shit.
You got some air. That'll be a good one for this test on the way back.
Oh, here's some wavies. How's that doing for you?
All good here.
Really? Because I don't know if you can see us, but we're just hopping along over here.
Yeah, I can. Smooth as silk over here.
Did you hear her?
What? That sucked.
So thumbs up, thumbs down? Thumbs down.
Thumbs down, being a passenger on stock suspension.
Double thumbs? 2 thumbs.
2 thumbs.
She said that she gives it nothing but thumbs down.
All right. Enjoy the smoothness.
Oh my God, this is so much better already.
Yep.
How about you?
So much worse.
Much worse.
It's such a drastic difference, man.
So right through here, I don't even hardly notice the little dips, right? Which are normally washing you. Are you getting that?
Oh yeah, they're all over the place.
And that was smooth, like on a cushion. Even that bump was smooth.
You got to hit that manhole cover that you did earlier.
Oh yeah, yeah. That stock suspension is no good. Here it is. Oh my goodness. She didn't go flying off the seat.
So she came up a little bit, but it looked, I don't know. I'm assuming it felt a lot smoother.
When the front forks hit it and they compress and then they want to rebound and kind of pogo you. This didn't pogo at all. Oh my goodness, night and day. I can talk to you while doing this.
Yeah.
And before, like, you can't talk to me anymore.
Yeah, I'm like,
get right here behind me. There you go.
Yeah, that's just the, like, how much of that is transferring to, like, the...
Oh, dude, I'm totally smooth. Look, like, there's a little bit, but I mean...
That's a big difference.
It is a huge difference.
And if you're really, like, you know, I mean, you're taking a touring bike, especially, like, some distance, you're doing some cross-country, whatever, like, every road isn't going to be the best road. It's not all going to be highway, interstate. Great suspension for Louisiana.
Yes.
Louisiana's got the worst roads.
Great suspension for Milwaukee, to be honest with you.
Yeah, true. Yeah, all those, you know, places up north with the potholes and the shitty roads.
Alaska. Oh, shit. It'd be great in Alaska.
Yep. So we're going to get Chris's daughter's thoughts and feedback. After that, we'll probably resume in the shop.
So, kiddo, what'd you think? Way better?
Way better? Noticeable? Smoother?
So the bumps we run on the first time that we were catching air on, she goes, we didn't catch air. It was way better.
Nice. You feel a lot more in the back. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your feedback and participation. We appreciate it. So we're going to cut here, and we'll continue back in the shop to wrap it up to get Chris's final thoughts and feedback. We've got mine and Chris's feedback. Eli is the owner of the bike, and he has not ridden it yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to send him out on the bike over the bumpy road that we were just on, have him come back and give us his real quick thoughts and impressions. A couple things that he disliked about the stock suspension, though.
Whenever you would go through like an exit ramp or an on-ramp, you get a lot of like the wobbling and the pogos, so the front wheel would hook, but it seemed like you were constantly doing like a shimmy, I guess. So it would stay in a line, but it just seemed very
a little more difficult to control.
Loose. Yeah, it was definitely loose.
We're not going to tell you what we noticed or anything. No feedback from us. We're going to let it be a complete surprise. Whether it's better or worse, you don't know. Go take it for a rip. Let us know your thoughts, man.
Rock and roll. Wow.
Eli's back after his first rip.
Completely different ride. No lie. I went all the way out. I got on an exit ramp just to see what it was going to do. It hooks, it stays in a line, it doesn't wobble, it does absolutely nothing. It's like riding on a rail at this point. So completely different bike. Hit some small bumps, bumps around here that I knew that we hit every day coming into work. Didn't even feel some of them, but it feels like, it's almost like a performance sports car kind of thing when you put it in sport mode and it's just ready to roll. I got on an I-4 in between semis, didn't move. So sucked up every bump I threw at it. Hooked like a rail on the ramps. I mean, I'm still drug both sides of the floorboards. So
Nice.
Honestly, man, it actually gave me more confidence. I mean, I'm a pretty confident rider. I've been riding since I was 5 years old, but to have the equipment and the technology to work with the rider like that, hands down, is a good deal. So I like it. Very cool.
As soon as we were going over bumpy roads, that's one of the things that I noticed was like, it feels like a Cadillac.
Yeah.
It rides smooth as hell now.
Even on a straight road, just going down.
Yep.
Dude, even the basic acceleration, stoplight to stoplight, stuff like that, where normally, you know, the stock suspension would kind of just, it had a lot of play and it was just sloppy. Just cruising around, just giving it gas around town in between cars and stuff. I mean, completely different bike. So hats off. Good job, Wilbers.
So we're sitting here basically like critiquing, giving feedback. There's a manufacturer out there that has a very distinguished gold color to it, which is very pricey.
Correct. And if you put them side by side and did basically a blind taste test, or everything was blacked out and you had no piggyback system to know
between Wilbers and this other gold company.
Said here, go and go. I don't think you could definitively sit there and go, that has that on it and that has that. Yeah, you would be like, they both ride really good. Does it compete? Maybe. Is it worth the price? I don't know. I mean,
depends on how important suspension is to you.
The eye of the beholder, right?
Exactly.
When you throw a passenger on there, it'll auto set your height again and feel the same as if you didn't have a passenger.
Like I said, but I mean, it's like I'm driving in a fancy sports car. And
I thought Cadillac whenever, because I went from that to all the bumps.
It just floats.
It's got a cushion.
Yep. That concludes the Wilbers suspension install on the Road Glide here. Chris, what are your final thoughts?
It's a night and day difference between stock. I'm impressed. I will say I'm impressed.
They talked it up, made it sound really, really good.
Yep.
And so we were going into it with good expectations.
Yeah, and it met.
Yeah, they're very focused on the product, and I will say I was impressed.
It's something you kind of have to ride to feel. I understand most people might be like, oh, you threw some springs in and put some shocks on it. Can be that awesome.
Yes.
It actually is.
Yeah.
I am surprised, and I don't know if it's the rear shock that's doing most of the work, or if it's a combination of the front and the rear. I'm sure it is, but man, there is 100% night and day difference.
Yeah. Good upgrade in my opinion if you're doing distance and trips. Yeah, exactly. Price is subjective. I will be sure to drop links and all that stuff down in the description below. So if you guys want to check out Wilbers, be sure to check out the link right there on the screen as well as in the description down below. Big thanks to Wilbers for sending the suspension out for us to put on Eli's bike here. Big thanks to Chris up here at Seminole Harley-Davidson also for running us through the install.
If anybody's local and wants to come by and see it or try it, I have a feeling Eli would let you ride it.
So if you guys are in the area, you know, stop by Seminole Harley-Davidson. I'll be sure to drop their info down in the description below. Also, hit Chris up here, and yeah, he'll sort you guys out if you're interested in checking it out.
The ride quality, on point.
Yeah.
For sure.
If you have any questions, post up down in the comments below. You guys be sure to go give him a follow on Instagram. I'll drop his screen name right there.
Follow my page for what we got going on here on the daily.
It's just constant. There's always something happening, and more to come. Nothing.
Why not?
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button for me. Hitting that like button helps out the channel quite a bit. If you guys aren't subscribed. No, man. If you're not subscribed yet, be sure to. You're throwing me off of my outro game. If you're not subscribed already.
Well, don't do your outro yet. Just hold on 2 seconds.
What are we doing?
So, I'm curious.
No, we're not talking about any of that. It's way off, bro. Way far away.
No, it's not.
Okay, tell you what. I'll let them sneak a peek if you tell me about the new engine.
I told you, I got a picture. That's it.
That's a lie.
They ain't dropped shit.
I know what you see.
They ain't dropped nothing.
Lies. You've gone through the training. No, I know. Nope. You've read through the specs and stuff.
I have not.
Don't lie to me.
Giving it to me.
Liar. Liar.
Nope.
I've got other people that work for Harley, bro. You know that, right?
Go for it. Ask them. I bet you
I'm not saying I'm going to go through them. I know what they've seen. So if they've seen it, you've seen it.
I've seen something.
You're betraying my trust right now.
No, I'm not.
You guys are witnessing a very vulnerable moment here.
Hell no.
And Chris is trying to...
witnessing you trying to stronghold me for some info I don't even got yet.
All right. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. If you're not subscribed already, hit the bell icon also so it sends you notifications of future episodes.
Follow him. Do what you do. Y'all know the outro.
That's right.
Dude.
Catch you in the next one.